good people, how you doing? David Tao here. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. Today I have some easy blues licks that anybody could learn and start playing, but they're going to sound a little bit different. We're going to combine some different scale applications to get some really cool sounds. And before we get rocking, if you could do me a huge favor, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content, right? As well as then you'll be notified when we have new lessons up. Leave a comment below. Let us know how you like this lesson, what lessons you'd like to see coming up. And if you like the video, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. So we are in the key of E, and for these licks, we're applying it over a jam track. It's just a simple slow blues 1-4-5 using ninth chords. It's an E9, an A9, and a B9. It's always so important, like I always say, to know the chords that you're playing over, because that really is going to dictate the complete roadmap. Soloing and improvisation-wise, you really want to know the chords and always study the relationships between chords and scales and what sounds best to your ears. So I'm going to just stay basically in this one position here, make it really simple for you, but we'll use parts of 3 different scales, and that's how we get the licks to have that cool hip factor. Okay, we're going to be using the blues scale, minor pentatonic and blues scale, in our basic box shape off of the low E string root, 12th fret. You probably know this guy. Looks like this. Right? That gives us that dark bluesy sound. And then but we're also going to mix that and play some licks that incorporate the major pentatonic scale. Again, in a similar position here, that scale looks like this. Right? And that minor and major pentatonic scale together kind of incorporates notes in the Dorian mode. And if you're not familiar with any of these, it's okay, because we're just going to focus on building the licks. I don't want to weigh you down with too much theory. I just want to get you playing, having fun, enjoying that guitar, right? But the Dorian mode has elements of minor and major, and it's a great mode to play over 1-4-5, major key blues, swings, shuffles, stuff like that. Remember, 1-4-5, major key blues, swings, and shuffles are wide open. So many options for soloing. You could use minor pentatonic, you can use major pentatonic, you can use a Dorian mode, right? So why not mix them all together? At this 12th fret, off of that low E string root, E Dorian looks like this. So why not use all the ammunition in the arsenal? Here's a cool lick that sounds a little different. Alright, so what I'm doing there is 14th fret on the G, 12th fret on the G, but then I get that major third, 13th fret on the G. That's a very important note. Kind of distinguishes the minor from the major. Then I go up the strings, 14th fret D and A. Then right down the blues scale, 14, 13, 12, but 11. I like that G sharp. And then if you want to bring it back to the root, you could slide, resolve to our E note, which you know you want to resolve a lot of those licks to the E. But that outside note sounds really good, and the reason it sounds good is because remember in that E9 chord, it has that G sharp note. So especially over the E chord when you're playing, that note's going to sound outside, hip, and cool over the chord. Now we can add another outside note or a note from the Dorian mode to a minor pentatonic lick. Right? There we go. We could end that lick on that D flat or C sharp note. Right? That's in Dorian, but that sounds really good, right? Because over that A9 chord, right, you have that C sharp. See how knowing those chords are so important to making these licks sound so hip and cool. But as far as getting that lick up to speed, right, do it nice and slow, 15 to 12 pull off with a downstroke. Upstroke on the 14th fret on the G string. And then that 12th fret you're going to bend with a downstroke. And that's the sound you want. Again, we're playing with that minor third to major third. We're bending it, a quarter step. When you bend it down, try to turn your hand sideways and pull it down, and that's what gives it that cool sound. You can just end it on the E if you want, on the D string. Or go back to that 12th fret and slide it to the 11 to get the outside note in there. But here, the trick to this lick is practice it like this. Downstroke, upstroke, downstroke. Strict alternate picking. And work it up to speed. You can do it twice. Right? Another lick similar to that but using the blues scale is if we slide from that blue note from that 15th to 14th fret on the G string and then do that bend we just did 12th fret G string, right? You get those cool sounds because you get the blue note, then you get that flat to major third bend. And on your root note, 14th fret on the E note, D string. I mean, you can bend it and do the same thing, but I think that slide with the bend add some nastiness to it. And if you'd like to see a lot of these scales that I'm talking about today diagrammed out on paper, because sometimes it really helps, seeing it in video, but then, studying it on paper and having that in front of you when you're doing your lessons, right? I could really help you with that. Tell you what, I'll send you my Rock Blues Soloing ebook. It's packed with over 29 scale diagrams, soloing strategies, major, minor key lessons. It's a great resource that you'll be using throughout your guitar journey. And I'll also send that along with a free video lesson on how you could instantly add some spice to your solos doing really easy, simple things. I'll send them both to you for free. Video lesson and ebook. Just click on that link in the YouTube description box below. Let's incorporate major pentatonic now. We'll start adding some of those notes. All right, a lick like that. Now we're hammering from 12 to 13, minor and major third again, right? Then 12, 14 on the B string. There's a major pentatonic, right? Or Dorian. And we end on our E note with vibrato. Kind of B.B. King-ish, right? But then we're going to bend this ninth. We're going to bend the F sharp up to G. Right? Add some minor pentatonic. Actually, before you go there, play the 14th fret again on the B string. Then do the bend. Then half step bend, bending the 14th to 15th fret. Right, hit that note. Let it down. Then when you let it down, you hit it again. Then 12th fret, high E, 12th fret B. Here's slow. And that lick sounds great over the B chord, especially because you're ending on the B note. Right? So much you could do with that. Here's kind of a more traditional lick, but again, we're going to combine major pentatonic and minor pentatonic. Okay, again, 12, 13th on the G string, hammer on. Then lay your first finger flat, 12th fret, B and high E. Then that pull off, 15 to 12 on the B string. You do a lot just with that, right? But here's the lick so far. Then 14th fret G, 12th fret B. Then when you're on the B, go back to the 12th fret on the G, 2 hammers, and then our D string, 14th fret for our E note, which we're resolving a lot too. Here's the whole thing slow. Bonus lick time. We're going outside of our 12th fret position just for our cool sounding lick. Check this out. All right, that's straight Dorian, and I'm hammering and then pulling off 7th and 9th fret. And I work these wonderful half steps. And that's 8 to 7 pull off. And then I'm on my E note here, 9th fret G, 7th fret G, and then I slide that to the 6th fret and end on that C sharp. Sounds really good over the A chord or over whatever chord in that particular progression. It's a cool lick. Thank Thank you so much for checking out this lesson. So appreciate it. Stay tuned. I got tons more killer lessons and killer content coming up. I'm really excited about it. Please subscribe to that channel, right? That really helps us to keep bringing the content, and then you'll be notified when we have new lessons up. And don't forget, get that free video lesson and ebook. It's totally killer. It's my biggest blues rock soloing ebook ever. Just click on that link in the YouTube description box. I'll send them both to you for free. And if you got a second, I just dropped a new record with my original band Mind Cell. We're based out of San Diego. I think it's a really slamming record, some of the best music I've ever written. I'm really stoked about it, and I would love for you to check it out. It's streaming on all the major platforms. You can also get the digital copy, you can get the CD. I'll put links to all of that below in the YouTube description box. Let me know what you think of the songs, and if you have any questions on the gear I used or the techniques or the studio production, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Keep up all that hard work on that guitar. Keep having fun with it. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care and rock on.